Welcome back to all the Eagles fans out there. Today we have a lot to unpack, so buckle up. Because this team has been making headlines in every direction lately. First up, there's a story that has been circulating that could send shockwaves through Philadelphia. A former Eagles Super Bowl champion quarterback might just be heading back to the city of brotherly love. And the timing couldn't be more interesting. With the recent defensive struggles against the Bears, especially in the safety position, this potential addition could not have come at a better moment. The last couple of games showed us that there are gaps in the roster that need immediate attention, and this move could address exactly that. On top of that, the Pro Bowl voting has started, and it's already raising some eyebrows. Cam Jurgens, for instance, has managed to climb up to 4th place for the center position, while Quinyon Mitchell didn't even crack the top 10 at cornerback. Considering the stats Mitchell has put up this season, 1st in catch rate allowed, 2nd in average target separation, 3rd in passer rating allowed, and tied for 3rd in passes defended, it's hard to imagine him being left out. But if he doesn't make it, it says a lot about how much the Pro Bowl leans on popularity rather than pure performance. It really calls into question the entire selection process when a player of that caliber is overlooked. Switching gears, the news about Darius Slay leaving the Steelers has everyone talking. The team and Slay mutually agreed to part ways, and now he's looking for a new home. As he goes through waivers, any team can claim him, but realistically, his contract might make him too expensive for most squads. That leaves Philadelphia and Detroit as the two likely landing spots. While some may remember Slay as a healthy scratch in Pittsburgh or recall the uneven performances he had there, we've seen time and again how a change of scenery can completely transform a player. Different coaching schemes and teammates can bring out a level of play that just wasn't visible before. If Slay comes to Philly, he could step into a crucial role, whether as a starter or as a key rotational player, providing much-needed depth in the secondary. The Eagles have a history of revitalizing players, and seeing how Slay performed in this system last year, the potential upside is significant with very little downside. Bringing him in could pay dividends immediately, especially with the injury concerns at the safety position. Speaking of safety, the Eagles have also made a clever roster move recently, with Andrew Mukuba set to miss at least 3 games following surgery for the injury he sustained against the Cowboys. The team decided to open Marcus Epps' practice window while releasing Perry Nickerson from the practice squad, while Cindy Brown remains ahead on the depth chart. Having Epps available adds flexibility and ensures that the team won't be caught off guard if tackling issues persist. Michael Carter can play both slot corner and safety, but adding Epps provides an extra layer of security. This is the kind of strategic depth that allows a team to stay competitive even when injuries strike key positions. The timing couldn't be better because it ensures that the Eagles maintain their defensive stability without rushing a player back prematurely or overextending someone like Mukuba. Now, diving into the season itself, it's been a roller coaster. The Hard Knocks episode covering the Cowboys gave some insight into the NFC East as a whole, including the Eagles. Clips showed Nick Sirianni and Brandon Graham talking about the importance of eliminating distractions, which has been a recurring theme all year. But one moment stood out above all: Jalen Hurts holding himself accountable on the sidelines. The missed pass to Devontae Smith and the fumble are prime examples of the kind of high-pressure situations the quarterback has faced. Instead of deflecting blame, Hurts took responsibility in real time. He addressed the mistake with Smith, went down to the offensive line, and clearly stated that the play was on him and that the team would bounce back. Leadership like this is what defines a quarterback. It's not about perfect performance every game. It's about accountability, communication, and resilience. The media has occasionally questioned Hurts' leadership, but moments like this showcase why he remains one of the most respected figures in the locker room. Despite the occasional misstep, the offense has shown flashes of brilliance. The statistics reveal some areas where adjustments are necessary. The Eagles have the highest hitch route rate and the lowest cross route rate in the league, bottom 5 in pre-snap motion, and among the lowest in play-action fakes. A.J. Brown's utilization is a clear point of concern. He lines up in the slot less than any other receiver in the NFL, limiting the offense's versatility and predictability. In certain games, when Brown was finally put in a position to make a difference, Hurts missed the opportunity, which highlights both the player and coaching aspects of the offense. While Hurts has had his struggles, the system itself sometimes forces predictable plays. which opposing defenses can exploit. Adjusting formations and giving the quarterback better options could unlock more of the team's potential. Another element of concern has been the sidelines and coaching perspective. Kevin Patullo, traditionally a passing game coordinator positioned in the booth, has been placed on the sidelines this season, while the intention may have been to integrate him more directly with the players. The shift removes the bird's-eye perspective that he's been trained for and excels at. Being in the booth allows Patullo to observe coverages and formations as they develop, providing strategic input that's difficult to capture from the sidelines. Moving him back up there could enhance play-calling efficiency and reduce emotional responses in critical moments. Maintaining that perspective aligns with his career experience and could help the Eagles tighten execution on offense. The Eagles sit at 8-4, atop the NFC East, with a game and a half lead over the Cowboys. Controlling their own destiny is a powerful position, but it requires consistency and focus. Each week brings its own challenges, from divisional matchups to potential roster shifts due to injuries. For instance, the Week 16 game against the Washington Commanders is now officially scheduled for Saturday, December 20th, at 5 p.m., a crucial divisional contest that could have playoff implications. Philadelphia's schedule is still favorable compared to other contenders, but focus is essential to maintain momentum. Every roster move, from safety adjustments to potential quarterback acquisitions, plays a role in shaping the team's ability to secure a top seed in the playoffs. From accountability on the sidelines to strategic roster additions, the Eagles are making moves to ensure they remain in contention. The interplay between leadership, coaching decisions, and player performance has been fascinating to watch. Hurts' willingness to own mistakes, coupled with the coaching staff's strategic adjustments, reflects a team actively seeking improvement. Defensive depth moves like Ebb's practice window activation demonstrate a proactive approach to addressing weaknesses. Add in the potential return of a high-profile quarterback or cornerback like Slay, and the team could see a significant impact on both the locker room and the field. It's this mix of leadership, talent, and adaptability that will define Philadelphia's season as they push toward a playoff berth and possibly beyond. Picking up where we left off, the Eagles' season is really starting to show how every decision, every play, and every roster move has a ripple effect on the team's overall performance. The offense and defense are constantly under the microscope, and the spotlight on Jalen Hurts continues to grow. With every game, one of the most impressive aspects of his leadership is the way he responds to mistakes in real time. The missed passes and fumbles are part of the game, but it's the accountability afterward that separates an ordinary quarterback from an elite one. Hurts doesn't just acknowledge errors. He actively works to correct them on the sidelines, communicates with his teammates, and ensures that the next drive doesn't carry the baggage of the last. That level of focus and responsibility is exactly what keeps the team cohesive, especially when facing tough opponents in the NFC East. Meanwhile, the offense has been a mix of brilliant executions and frustrating predictability. The statistical breakdown of the team's routes and formations shows areas for improvement, particularly in leveraging the talent of A.J. Brown. Brown is one of the most dynamic receivers in the league, yet the Eagles' current system doesn't always maximize his potential. With such a low slot usage and limited crossing routes, defenses are able to anticipate plays and take away the most dangerous options. Adjusting formations to get Brown in more favorable positions could open the entire offense, forcing opponents to defend multiple dimensions and creating opportunities for other playmakers. When Brown does get the chance, it's clear how explosive he can be. But the team needs to engineer situations that allow him to thrive consistently. Defensively, there's been a lot of movement and strategic adjustment. Marcus Epps' addition to the practice window comes at a pivotal time. Given Andrew Makupa's injury, Epps' versatility allows him to fill multiple roles, whether at safety or in the slot, which is critical as the Eagles navigate the remaining games of the regular season. Safety performance has been a question mark this year, especially when tackling has been inconsistent. The depth added by Epps and the flexibility of players like Michael Carter to ensure that the defense can remain competitive even if injuries strike key positions. With opponents like the Chargers on the horizon, the importance of reliable, disciplined defense cannot be overstated. Every missed tackle or blown coverage can swing a game, and Philadelphia's ability to rotate and adapt will be crucial. The quarterback discussion continues to dominate conversations. The possibility of a former Super Bowl champion returning to Philly adds intrigue, but it's not just about bringing in a big name, it's about fitting into a system, complementing existing personnel, and enhancing the overall roster. Darius Slay's availability adds another layer to this discussion. While some fans remember him for his uneven performance in Pittsburgh, the Eagles' system and coaching could reignite his career. Players often thrive in new environments, and Slay's familiarity with the league and experience in high-pressure situations make him a low-risk, high-reward option. Integrating him successfully could strengthen the secondary and relieve pressure on the defensive front, particularly in tight games against divisional rivals. Turning back to coaching strategy, the positioning of Kevin Patullo has been a notable topic. Traditionally, Patullo's perspective from the booth allowed him to read defenses and adjust the passing game, effectively moving him to the sidelines. While intended to bring him closer to the players, may have inadvertently limited his impact. From the booth, Patullo can analyze coverage schemes, identify tendencies, and provide insights in real time without the emotional influence of the sideline. Returning him to the booth could restore the efficiency and clarity he's known for, ultimately benefiting the quarterback and offensive coordinator. It's a reminder that coaching is as much about environment and perspective as it is about X's and O's. Looking ahead, the schedule presents both opportunity and challenge. The Eagles are in a strong position atop the NFC East, but the road ahead requires focus. The game against the Commanders on Saturday, December 20th is pivotal. Divisional games carry extra weight, and winning these matchups could cement the team's path to the playoffs. Even though the overall schedule may be more favorable than some other teams, every opponent presents unique challenges. Adjustments in strategy, personnel, and play calling will be essential to maintain momentum. A single misstep could have playoff implications, which is why the team's preparation, both mentally and physically, must be meticulous. The role of accountability, both on the field and in the locker room, continues to shape the Eagles' identity. Hurts' sideline leadership demonstrates that taking ownership isn't just a cliche, it's a critical component of winning at this level. His interactions with Devontae Smith, offensive linemen, and teammates show a quarterback committed to elevating everyone around him. It's not enough to perform individually. The quarterback must lift the team, maintain composure, and instill confidence. Even after setbacks, that culture of accountability permeates the coaching staff as well, where strategic decisions, roster management, and in-game adjustments all contribute to the team's trajectory. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Explosive rumors are rocking the NFL universe as whispers of a seismic trade between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts begin to circulate. Sources close to both franchises hint at a deal so shocking that it could reshape the landscape of the league for years to come. The name buzzing on everyone's lips, none other than Eagles mastermind general manager Howie Roseman, whose audacious moves have already cemented him as one of the boldest strategists in recent memory. According to insiders, the trade involves key pieces from both rosters, signaling that both teams are willing to take monumental risks in pursuit of immediate impact. The speculation has sent social media into a frenzy, with fans and analysts dissecting every possible scenario, every hidden motivation, and every long-term consequence. Is Philadelphia going all in to secure a championship window, or are the Colts quietly engineering a masterstroke to propel their rebuild forward? No one is quite sure yet, and that uncertainty is fueling the frenzy. League commentators are already calling this the trade of the decade, noting that Roseman's willingness to swing big could either pay off spectacularly or backfire in historic fashion. The chatter centers on a handful of star players who could be on the move, each capable of immediately altering the dynamics of their new team. Speculation ranges from blockbuster quarterback swaps to unexpected skill position maneuvers that would leave even the most seasoned NFL executives stunned. Fans from both cities are experiencing a roller coaster of emotions. Eagles supporters are thrilled at the prospect of a bold push that could vault their squad into elite contention, while Colts fans are cautiously optimistic about a fresh infusion of talent and leadership. The NFL rumor mill thrives on uncertainty, and this latest development is a perfect storm. Analysts are combing through salary caps, roster depth charts, and potential draft implications. But the truth remains elusive, hidden behind closed doors and sealed contracts. What's undeniable, however, is the message Roseman is sending. The Eagles are not afraid to disrupt the status quo, and the NFL world is watching. Riveted, trades of this magnitude don't just change teams. They shift power dynamics, ignite debates, and spark feverish speculation that could dominate headlines for weeks as the news spreads. One thing is clear: whether this trade ultimately succeeds or falters, the ripple effects are already being felt across the league. The only certainty is chaos, excitement, and a frenzy that will keep fans glued to every report, tweet, and leak. The NFL landscape may never look the same again. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.